You're an illustrator. What's it like in the creative fields, being conservative?
I'm not a conservative, technically speaking. I'm an objectivist. I follow Ayn Rand's philosophy, but I'm a non-leftist, and that's why I'm welcomed at these events.
What country does your family come from?
Albania.
And is your family Muslim?
They are. I don't see them. I've never been to Albania.
Are you boycotting them?
I'm not boycotting them. I live my life alone. I was called a hermit when I was a kid, and I kept that up my entire life. So I keep to myself. Don't see my family, but we'll see. I want to draw Muhammad as the dude from the Big Lebowski. I drew him as Miss Piggy the other day. I drew him as Walter White, and I had the horned turban with the shark, and it's fun. It's just fun, and it's something that no one's doing, and I'm amazed. I mean, I think with my character Pigman also. I remember when I created Pigman, I was shocked that no one else did it. I was shocked. I looked around. I said, "No one drew a superhero called Pigman fighting jihadists? Are you kidding me?" And I don't even think they would steal it. I don't think anyone would steal it, actually. So I'm pretty safe, in that way. And also, people do steal my art, but almost never steal my Muhammad art. You know what I mean? They almost never do. Sometimes they do, but almost never. It's pretty funny. I wonder why. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun drawing it. The death threats, they're to be expected. I got one a few weeks ago. Before that, a few months ago. But I have an FBI guy that I touch base with every so often. So, and I go out there and try to have some precautions. I've never been to Albania. Would like to go, actually. I hear it's not that bad. A friend of mine visited there. He said it's actually a lot more sophisticated than he thought.
Would it be safe for you?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out, because I do want to go to Europe at one point in my life, but we'll see.
Would you like to be invited by some pro-freedom groups?
Absolutely. I was invited to Israel a little while ago, and I was very excited. It was for a free speech event, and it fell through. I just never heard back. I was a little pissed off, but I'm willing to go anywhere. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to France, because that's the real. They're in danger. They need the truth, and I would love to go there. But who knows? Who knows if anyone will invite? But I sent it out there. I like to do a tour. Like Milo does a tour for I want to do a Draw Muhammad tour. I want to do a little talk on free speech while I'm drawing Muhammad on stage. Any school, any college, anywhere, any organization across the world.
Can people contact you through your website?
They can. There's a little comments. They can go into one section, email, but they got to do a little search. I don't like to have my email naked out there, but they can find it. They can find it. But yeah, Twitter, Facebook, messages, any which way. I like to get out there as much as I can. It's important.
Okay. For people who don't know, you were involved in that Garland, Texas shooting. What has been revealed about that Garland, Texas, with the FBI following those guys who knew they were...
It seems like every few months we find something new. There was an FBI agent. I think they were involved with those guys. They were watching them for 5 years. The FBI agent, I think a year before the attack, at least months before the attack, was trying to egg them on, tell them to tear up Texas. And it was a TV show. It wasn't news. The 60 Minutes show revealed that the FBI agent was driving behind the terrorists, and when they parked, he was there. He got out of the car. He took a picture of the two cops, one who got shot in the ankle, and one who blew their heads off of the terrorists. And then he drove off, and he was arrested. I don't know, maybe a block away, 2 blocks away, and we don't know anything about it. And now some politicians might want to get to the bottom of it. I hope they do, because I want to know what the hell happened. Comey won't say. Comey said something like, he said media's misleading it. I don't believe that. I just don't. So we'll see what happens. I think Ted Cruz said he was supposed to meet with Comey a week before Comey was fired. In private, they were supposed to meet about it. But I don't know what happened. But it's just, to me, the whole story, the idea that the FBI was egging on, undercover, whatever, and then was at the event and did nothing to stop it. There were 200 people in that place.
How did it get stopped?
Well, a cop, I think it was a cop outside the building. They got out of their car. They had an ISIS flag, which I found out in some of the reports. I didn't know that. They were heavily armed. They had body armor. He blew their heads off. And I remember it must have been a few minutes later, one of the security guards told me that, and I had this fist pump. And I was just so like happy because it was a great event. And then, as I said, you know, the only ones who died that night were those coming to kill us. And it was just justice. So it was great event. And
after the Charlie Hebdo incident, many artists came out and drew pictures of Muhammad.
They did.
What's it like in the U.S. now on that subject?
You know what? Yesterday was Everybody Draw Muhammad Day. The 2010 Molly Norris, a liberal from I think a San Francisco paper, or it was a Seattle paper, decided to do, hey, everybody draw Muhammad, and she regretted it. I think the next day she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I drew him, and now she's basically off the grid, changed her name, changed her identity. But every year, I still draw Muhammad. I drew him again yesterday. It was a little homage to my winning cartoon where I drew Muhammad drawing Muhammad, and him resenting it, him telling me, please don't make me draw me. And I said, is everybody draw Muhammad Day? And I mean everybody. Man, they got a nice response. But I drawn him now about 150 times, Muhammad. I will draw him more. But the sad thing is, I realized yesterday, I might have been the only one who actually drew him. I looked online. People were, you know, publishing older cartoons, my cartoons. But that's about it. There were no new Muhammad cartoons. Maybe there were, but I just didn't see them. And believe me, I would know because people send me emails and Twitter. So,
what's it like among caricaturists? Is there a taboo?
Yeah, of course. You know, they're scared.
Will newspapers print it if
Absolutely
they would?
Not. Absolutely not. There was one newspaper printed it, I think in America, printed my cartoon. I don't know when it was. It was not long after Garland. I think two actually. It was a magazine and a newspaper, but that's it. No one else did it because everyone's running scared. And I was just talking to someone before. It's a dangerous thing, but at the same time, it's ludicrous. I draw cartoons. I'm a cartoonist, and I'm to be killed for it, for drawing Muhammad, for drawing a cartoon of Muhammad. It's just, to me, it's just insanity. And sometimes it hits me that way. I'm like, and that's why I see it. I mean, the way I live is like I live as if PC doesn't exist. I live as if I'm not going to die because of this, and that's just the way to live. I think, especially in this world that we're living right now, where things are getting even crazier. Mm-hmm. You got to keep some sanity. But then, you know, I tweeted something out today. I said I really appreciate the fact that no matter how crazy things get, I can really laugh at things the way I maybe didn't before. And I don't know if I'm going crazy, but it's just the point that some things are so ludicrous that you got to laugh. You just have to.
Are you making more money as a result of this position you've taken?
Sometimes. I mean, it depends. I mean, there are some moments where I make a lot of money in one time, and then it's dry for a while, and then it picks up again. And I can't say when. It's not necessarily dates or holidays. It's just the way it happens. But my name, you know, I get more of a following now on Twitter and Facebook, but my blog has been marked. Basically, there's a trigger warning, as I call it. It's a content warning
from Google.
And every time someone comes to my site, you know, there's a warning there. Do you want to go forward? And my traffic has gone down because people don't want to go after that. But I'm still producing. I mean,
there's no malware on it.
No, there isn't. It's just people. They're like, wait a minute. You know, what is it? Even people who probably been visiting my site for years. I've been there for 10 years. But I'm thinking I might have to go through a different platform. Twitter. At Bosch Fawstin, Facebook, Bosch Fawstin. And I'm a little worried now because I think in the last interview we did, I mentioned the fact that I'm a little worried about these social media platforms, and not soon after, my blog now has that warning, and Facebook knocked out a page that had millions of followers for ex-Muslim atheists, and they just ended it. And they gave their reasons. I don't know what they were, but there's a little crackdown now. And you can't say certain things, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing as if it doesn't exist, and we'll see.